On today's wrestling news, Bryan Danielson is out for longer than we thought.
A major world title match has been added to this weekend's Forbidden Door pay-per-view.
A WWE star fires back at criticisms over his new character.
And a top WWE faction have been relegated to main event. I'm Adam Wilborn.
And I'm Phil James.
And this is the news.
Oh yeah, I'm first, aren't I?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so let's get straight into it. Bryan Danielson in AEW, obviously. He's been out for a bit. Yeah, it is kind of sad. This is coming from Brian Alvarez of the Wrestling Observer Radio. He said that Bryan Danielson probably won't wrestle for quite some time, missing both Forbidden Door and Blood and Guts.
No.
Now, he is out at the minute with a kind of undisclosed injury. It's all shrouded in a bit of mystery. Nobody really knows anything about it. But it supposedly happened during the Anarchy in the Arena match at the Double or Nothing. The fantastic Anarchy in the Arena match. It was so much fun. But he was scheduled to wrestle Zack Sabre Jr. at Forbidden Door this weekend. It is this weekend, isn't it? Which Zack Sabre Jr. called him out, New Japan things. And it seemed like they were heading that way. Regal was talking about it on Rampage this week, which is odd because surely they knew about the injury on Friday. Surely they don't know anything new. Maybe they've just got some new information. Danielson is set to talk about it on Dynamite tonight. So you never know, maybe Alvarez has got his facts wrong and it is going ahead, but
he'll be attacked.
Maybe he'll be attacked and written out, but also it hasn't really been written into storylines on AEW, and they definitely could have, it was only Zack Sabre Jr. calling him out. They could have just washed over that and just moved on with something else, and it wouldn't have been letting fans down or disappointing anyone, because you Zack Sabre Jr. versus Bryan Danielson, that's a bit of a dream match that we've all kind of wanted for ages.
Yep.
And now you're kind of offering it but not offering it and taking it away even though it wasn't a thing in the first place.
I gotta be honest, anytime I hear Bryan Danielson an injury, my arse drops a little bit.
Yes, this is true.
But hopefully this isn't as bad as my worst fears. But yes, not great that he's going to be missing Blood and Guts, and particularly Forbidden
it's
Door.
just sad, especially with the timing of it all and the reasons for Bryan Danielson leaving WWE in the first place. A big chunk of it was that he wanted to wrestle all the New Japan guys, and this was going to be one of his first times. Obviously, he's done a little bits and pieces on AEW, but this is a big moment of that, and it's to have that taken away.
Would have been one of the biggest matches at Forbidden Door.
Yeah.
Zack Sabre Jr. versus Old Dragon Bollocks, in his own words. I don't know, maybe tonight on Dynamite, we were just talking about this in the office, maybe Danielson says, look, Zack Sabre Jr., maybe Zack Sabre Jr. shows up, who knows. But he says, I can't compete, but another member of the Blackpool Culture Club or whatever, is that called? What did he call them?
That's a very different thing.
Country Club, that was what he used, yes.
Country Club would be a different.
Yes, but...
different vibe.
I'm kind of into it.
I'd be very much into it,
But maybe he suggests that he fights Wheeler Yuta instead, which is not as good a match. But then again, Zack Sabre Jr. versus Bryan Danielson is arguably one of the most perfect matches you can have in terms of an AEW New Japan crossover. Bad news this. It'll be covered on tonight's Dynamite, as will the world title match that's just been added to Forbidden Door. Basically, AEW sent us a big press release on Tuesday evening, thanks very much, American time, announcing that they're going to be showing Forbidden Door in selected movie theaters across the US, but also mentioning in that write-up that there will be an IWGP World Heavyweight title match. Switchblade Jay White, that's the right way around, will be defending his world title, but we don't know who against. Of course, there's been allusions to Hangman Page and to Adam Cole, although last week on Dynamite he said it's neither of you, so no idea who it's going to be. Maybe it'll be some way of getting Okada, please God, on this card, or who knows, Kenny Omega. I'm not going to put it out of the realms of possibility because I don't know. Yeah,
it's mad. It's Sunday, Forbidden Door, and they haven't announced an IWGP. You'd imagine one of the major matches on the show, the IWGP Heavyweight Championship match.
There's no AEW Championship match.
There's no AEW.
There's no IWGP Heavyweight Championship match as of right now. There's an interim
as of right now.
AEW Championship match.
So it's all a little bit weird, and then you throw in the Daniel Bryan stuff, and it's all a little bit messy, the build to this Forbidden Door so far.
It's weird,
and I thought it's a difficult one because obviously time zones and flying people back and forth.
I get that.
It's hard. You're not going to be able to build it like a normal pay-per-view.
Yeah, exactly. It just does feel a little bit all over the place.
Yeah.
And maybe that is one of the contributing factors as to why the viewing figures have been so all over the place. I think a lot of people assumed, new people, New Japan stuff. This will hopefully get more eyes on the product. That hasn't seemingly been the case. And yet Raw, I see this to hit 2 million this week. What's going on?
No idea.
Against the Stanley Cup or whatever it was, I don't know. But
no idea.
Madness.
Maybe. It was Butch.
Hopefully, hopefully we'll get more details on Dynamite tonight. But sorry,
Indeed, yeah, there will be more.
Butch!
But Butch, God, gotta be talking about Butch. None of this New Japan rubbish. Let's go to Butch.
Do you know why I've given you this story? Because you've got a dog, obviously.
Oh,
so makes sense. Keep it under control.
Scrappy do. He has been talking about criticisms over his change of character recently in WWE. I mean, I don't know why there would be any criticisms. I, for one, think it's great.
I initially went, what are they doing to Pete Dunne?
I did think it was ludicrous at the beginning, but now he's been doing it a few weeks. I am kind of into Scrappy Doo Pete Dunne. I'm not gonna lie, I was never a massive Pete Dunne guy before. I didn't get him. He had good matches, don't get me wrong, but like as a character, I never connected with him at all. I connected with him way more as Butch than
phenomenal
I ever did
in the
Pete
ring,
Dunne.
no question of that, obviously. WCPW legend. Hadn't we had 2 matches?
Yeah.
And he lost both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We only make stars.
Right. He started at the bottom. But anyway, I think this is much more suitable, like you say, for WWE TV.
Yeah, absolutely. So he's been talking to Metro. If the American audience don't know what Metro is, it's a fantastic newspaper here in the UK that's only available on trains.
You're only legally allowed to read it on public transport.
Yeah, that's it. That's the only place you're allowed it. It's a weird thing. But anyway, he compares his recent changing character to the kind of things that went through William Regal and Bryan Danielson back in the day in WWE. Obviously both adopting sort of comedy-esque characters, but using the sort of legitimacy of their in-ring skill at the same time. And I think it's a natural, really fair comparison. Both of them use comedy within the WWE system to get themselves over and get themselves into a much higher position than they ever would have been without it. Let's face it. But he's also said that he's been part of WWE, this wowed me, for 6 years.
Oh God, I'm so old.
6 years Pete Dunne has been in WWE.
Yeah, when was that awesome
mad.
UK tournament then? Is that 6 years ago?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
Where's my life
Christ. And he went on to say that you can't just be one thing forever. And it's basically the Pete Dunne character never changed within those 6 years. And what's like Chris Jericho always saying about you've got to adapt or die all the time. And he just goes on to say that it's refreshing to be able to do something new. It's an amazing opportunity to prove that he can adapt and fit in within the sort of more entertainment-based company. And like I say, I'm all for it.
He's on TV every single week, which is a good thing. And look, I'm going to whisper this, but I was a little bit bored by the whole I don't care gimmick in NXT. If they change it so much that on SmackDown next week he's barking in the ring like a dog, that's where I'm drawing the line.
Yeah.
But he does all this, let me out, bollocks. And then when he gets in there, he just kicks people's ass. I don't necessarily like the fact he keeps getting pinned all the time.
It's a little bit weird.
I was a bit weirded out by all that. But he still breaks people's fingers and he still kicks ass in the ring.
Yeah.
I mean,
he still gets to do what he does
best. That's the balance you're going to have to strike.
But he also fits in within an entertainment company.
Yeah, I'll put it this way. This character has far more chance of winning some title on the main roster than NXT Pete Dunne ever would have.
Because it has far more chance of winning one man over.
Yeah, exactly. Vince went, we'll use that old Pete Dunne, I think, for like one show when the WWE's in the UK. And he just went,
one more or whatever.
Kick Enzo's ass or something. But now, I'm excited to see what they do next with the Brawling Brutes. Is that their name? Yeah. Sheamus's gaggle of bastards. There we go.
Get a trios title, why not?
Yes, someone's got to. Right, let's talk a little bit about a faction that has been slightly demoted in recent weeks. I'm talking, of course, of the Judgment Day. Conspicuous yet again by their absence on Raw this week. Obviously, last week they did a video message to Bianca Belair threatening her ahead of the match with Rhea Ripley, Money in the Bank. Unfortunately, this week it was revealed that Rhea Ripley is not medically cleared. So it kind of makes a little bit of sense the Judgment Day aren't there. They can either be like, we're the Judgment Day and we can't wrestle.
Well, we got a boo-boo.
Yeah, exactly. But they were relegated to main event this week, wrestling Finn Balor and Damian Priest representing the group, of course, since they kicked Edge out of there, fighting against the Mysterios on main event. Now, I say this like that's it for the Judgment Day. They're on main event. It's the death sentence, etc., etc. I don't think that's necessarily the case. Like I say, I think it's concerning that WWE goes, because they don't go, I haven't really got a lot for Roman this week. Should we put him on main event?
I mean, Ciampa used to be on main event a bit,
Hey,
and look at him now.
Don't tell me stuff doesn't happen on main event. Spoiler, the 24/7 championship changed hands.
What?
Dude Abby is your new 24/7 champion, beating
My
Dana
word.
Brooke. But this is just the first bit of concern. Well, not the first bit, but a slight concern of mine for the Judgment Day. But I still have hope for them. I was one of the few people who thought, I really like that swerve turn on Edge. And I think with Balor, Priest, and Rhea Ripley, you've got some real potential there. And if you had Ciampa in, that'd be really good instead of just having him be
Miz's lap.
Damien Mizdow 2.0 or something. But yeah, I'm slightly concerned by this.
Yeah, I'm with you in that I really liked the twist of Finn Balor taking over from Edge. However, I thought they were going to use that as a sort of reset button for what the group is.
No supernatural bollocks.
No supernatural bollocks. Not that reset, but like more towards the normal kind of side of reset. And then when they all appeared on Raw last week, it was just more of the exact same thing, but with Finn as the leader.
Yes.
And now, obviously, the Rhea Ripley thing changes everything, and it kind of makes sense for them to be off, but I just want them to reset. The Edge thing wasn't working, not just because it was Edge, because he's Edge. He's really good at wrestling.
As long as Edge doesn't appear on television before then.
Yeah, it wasn't working because the group wasn't connecting with people.
Yeah.
The gimmick wasn't working at all. It wasn't just Edge. So putting Finn Balor in Edge's place and doing the exact same gimmick also is definitely not going to work.
Yeah.
So they need to reset this and rethink what Judgment Day actually is.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised neither Balor or Priest are in Money in the Bank, or at least in Money in the Bank qualifying matches. But if they're not going to win it, it kind of makes sense that you don't do that. So for me, all right, even have them on main event next week if you want. Just make sure that the week after Money in the Bank, they are back prominently booked. You've got a storyline because you're on the road to SummerSlam then.
Yeah.
And you could have a mint match with, I don't know, Balor and Priest versus two legends here to defend the honor of the WWE.
Yeah. Anything.
And they've got about 4 people on their roster, it seems, sometimes. They've got the biggest roster in the world, and also I go, where's everyone to fight?
It is mad. Well, they used to have the biggest roster in the world, and then they went through some changes.
Let's move on to your Twitter questions.
And then AEW took that crown.
At WhatCulture WWE, really good video, by the way, on this channel about how the AEW roster is too big.
There is.
I just read what Michael Sidgwick says, I've got to be honest. Right, Twitter questions. Jake gives us our first question of the day, saying, if this MJF situation is a work at this point, bloody well better be, how long would you keep him off television? I'm a big proponent for wrestlers to take some time off, not just when they're injured, but not just when they're injured, but there does seem to be a hole needing to be filled. Yeah, the ratings mainly. Jake.
Yeah, there really does. I wouldn't keep him off TV that long. If he is dealing with something like an injury and he just needs to rest up for a bit, that's different. That's a different situation. But if he's fine and good to go, I'd get him on TV right now. They're already slowly missing the boat on capitalizing on the amount of talk and conversation around the MJF thing.
Yeah, there's a big story today, of course, which Chris Jericho saying MJF's not as good as he thinks he is. Yeah, I get what he's doing there, but in terms of casual fans, they'll have seen him come in and go, "You're a flipping mark." Shout out to KK News. Yeah. You're a flipping mark, Tony Khan, and then he just disappeared, and that was the last we've seen of him if you're a casual fan.
Yeah,
I have the answer, by the way.
Hello.
Because I don't want to have him on Dynamite this week if he's not going to do stuff at Forbidden Door. That just sort of muddies the waters. It's the go-home show. Dark elevation.
Judgment Day main event. Like MJF and
But I do the whole have him pop up at Forbidden Door and just talk some trash and have Tony Khan, not necessarily on screen, but effectively have him do the Vince McMahon, you're bloody ruining this, like when they had Tyson in there. But maybe not Tony Khan out there because he doesn't need to be on the mic. I think on television.
It depends what you want on what MJF wants to do with his character going forwards, because it's a position where you could quite easily turn him face now.
Yes.
Because of all of this.
Yeah. What do you mean turn him face? He already is face.
That's true. But it depends if he wants to continue being the heel character that he was, and how you do that and navigate it from here is going to be kind of tricky.
We can't talk much more about this story, unfortunately, because as he's my best friend, I know exactly what's going to happen.
Of course.
I can't say anything. Jessica Rich gives us our second question of the day. She writes, "Morning, awesome gents, and the one true king of the mic." Now that is a title right there, Jessica. This one's just for you. And wait a second, what's the name of the cat? Aria. First of all, Good girl, Ari. And also, they're wondering, Phil, could we be seeing a repeat of the Carmella-Bianca thing at Money in the Bank with Bayley returning similar to Becky at SummerSlam now that Rhea isn't cleared?
Not gonna lie, I'd be into it.
Please?
Bayley needs to be on TV yesterday. They just need to do something with Bayley, goddammit.
It's a year now, basically, isn't it?
Yeah. It's been a long ass time.
She keeps taking photos of her boots and...
wrestled in front of a crowd since 2019.
Oh my god.
It's not good, and she keeps teasing for ages and ages and ages. She just keeps teasing, and I just want it to happen. So yeah, I'd be down with it.
Attacked by Bayley buddies backstage, Carmella. Just laid out, and there's just those wacky wavy arms. Did you see where they went? Who did this? I'd love it. I'd love to see Bayley back. And I'm pitching out there right now, that final... Is there 2 more spots? Maybe there's 2 more spots. Final spot in Women's Money in the Bank, Sasha Banks. Because we've not flipping hearing when she's been released officially. We said on Saturday, she's been released, and then nothing has been officially confirmed.
Yeah. And then Bayley wins the title, Sasha Banks has Money in the Bank, and then you do that at SummerSlam and the world is fixed!
Sorry, Bianca. You can do some other stuff as well, because you're amazing. Right, the final question today comes from the F-bomb specialist who's lived up to their name. What do you think of Omos winning Money in the Bank and dethroning Roman? I visualised it for a minute, and I feel so flipping sick right now. He doesn't say flipping, I'll be honest. I think Omos is fair to say, Phil, not to guess your answer here, is probably one of the biggest outs, not in physical, but also in physical, but one of the biggest outsiders when it comes to Money in the Bank.
Yeah, I don't see Omos winning this at all. I mean, he did just beat Riddle, who is like just coming off of
yeah, but he had the tape rib, so you're like, it's okay.
But yeah, I don't see it happening. I think there'll be some fun spots in there.
Tell him your spot again.
I want him to just do the tree slam and then someone just reaches up and grabs the thing.
Sami Zayn?
Would be really fun. Yeah, Sami Zayn. Oh, that'd be a great spot for Sami Zayn. He just grabs it.
Oh, sweet, it's there.
That'd be a great way to end the match. I'm not gonna lie, I would love that. But I see them all ganging up on him and taking him out, a la like when you get Kane or in these kind of things.
Through the big table.
A big thing through like 4 tables. Well, maybe not, but you know, like something big through the announce table or whatever.
Yeah. Don't have like MVP turn on him because they've been together for like 3 months, basically.
But yeah, he's not gonna win.
He ain't winning. Sami Zayn might though. If not Sami Zayn, who do you want it to be? Seth?
Probably, but then I just think it muddies
Seth's the most
thing.
Seth's the most believable with Roman as champ, isn't it?
Yeah.
And with Roman and Brock. Oh my god. Especially if it goes on before. No, that's SummerSlam. What am I on about?
Yeah,
of course, Roman's not working Money in the Bank.
Of course he's not. Why would he do such a crazy thing?
Yeah, I can't remember who else is even in the match, to be honest, right now. Off the top of my head.
Sheamus and
Drew might win it.
Drew might win it.
And then call his shot for his hometown of Cardiff.
Oh yeah, that's a thing that might happen.
Scotsman.
Near enough. It's as close as they're gonna get.
Tell you what, speaking of near enough, Phil,
Hello.
Today's and finally is something I promised Adam Cleary I'd mention all week long. Well, my weeks start on Wednesday, so joke's on you, because huge announcement. You may remember we mentioned this last week and said it was going to be last Friday. Last Friday was a bit busy, wasn't it, Phil?
It was a little bit busy, yeah.
Bit busy, so we
issues
thought
with payments and things. So
we thought we'd delay it. This Friday, tickets for our show Clash Near the Castle go on sale Friday midday UK time. So basically, on the news on Friday, me and Phil are going to have a big button that we're going to press, and that's going to officially, once the video goes out, launch the tickets being on sale. They're going to be on sale Friday midday UK time.
Can we get a confetti cannon?
Please. Can we? No budget. No budget, mate. But it is going to be going down Saturday, 3rd of September, midday. It's like a 15-minute walk from the Principality Stadium. So if you're going to Clash at the Castle, it is the perfect warm-up. There's going to be loads of mad stuff. We've done it before with live shows, of course. And we love doing this.
And Simon Miller's going to be there.
Simon Miller's going to be there. Q&A, live nonsense, bloody good quiz, all that shenanigans. Saturday, 3rd of September. Tickets on sale Friday. Don't worry. I will be reminding you for the rest of this week, but I can't wait for this.
Yeah, it's going to be good fun. We've not done a live show in ages since our sold out off-Broadway show in New York City.
You played stand-up in New York? Oh, I have, yeah. Pretty good.
So yeah, if you're coming to Clash at the Castle,
I
come to Clash
I
Near the
rugby
Castle.
tackled Jules at that show and broke my glasses.
Because of the whole Bret Hart incident.
Yeah. But yes, Friday midday. Well, I'll remind you, don't worry. But
yes.
Put a little reminder in your phone right now. Hey Siri, set reminder, Friday midday, Clash Near the Castle tickets go on sale. Will that work?
I really hope that works.
People just unsubbing left, right, centre. You're wrestling with my phone. Hey Alexa.
Play
no,
Queen.
not you, love. It did work. It's worked. It's put
It has
class
worked.
near the castle, but it is going to
near
be
enough.
class, and it's going to be near the
class.
castle, so that counts. Right, let us know your thoughts on that and all today's news stories in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And subscribe to What Culture Wrestling on either iTunes, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts from, for daily wrestling podcasts. Myself and the Dudley Boys sitting down to review NXT 2.0 and look ahead to AEW Dynamite a little bit later on today as well, of course. Plus, let us know your thoughts, Twitter questions at WhatCulture WWE. Watch there, follow both of us, follow Phil Chambers at
Fill my chambers and follow Adam at.
Adam Wilborn. Follow us all at WhatCulture WWE. But for now, my thanks to Phil Chambers. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you soon.